Hi, I'm Dr. Abhidan Shah, lead pastor at Clearview Church and host of the Clearview Today Show. If you're looking for solid biblical truth in a world full of noise, I want to introduce you to our friends at the Truth Network, your home for faithful, Christ-centered broadcasting 24/7. From powerful preaching and insightful biblical teaching to engaging talk shows tackling real-world issues, the Truth Network brings you programming that strengthens your faith and equips you to stand firm in God's Word. Wherever you are, whatever you're facing, the Truth Network is here to encourage you and challenge you with bold biblical truth. You can listen live or stream on demand at truthnetwork.com. Or for even more convenience, you can always download the Truth Network radio app for free from the App Store or on Google Play.
You're listening to Clearview Today with Dr. Abhidan Shah, the daily show that engages mind and heart for the gospel of Jesus Christ. I'm Ryan Hill.
I'm John Galantis, and welcome to the conversation today. Welcome to the show, my friend. You are looking really snazzy. You look like Super Mario Sunshine.
Thank you. I'm trying to fast forward us to summer weather.
Yeah, you're done with all this.
It's cold and wet and dreary.
Yeah, so it's starting to get. It's weird because it's what is April now? April showers. You know what they say, man.
Bring Mayflowers.
Well, I don't know about all that.
You know what Mayflowers bring?
What's that?
Pilgrims.
Hang on one second. Let me go ahead and give you a little bit of applause for that.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
April showers bring Mayflowers. Mayflowers is going to bring the pilgrims. I was going to say you're looking really snazzy. You're kind of over this because it started to get kind of hot during the week a little bit, and then all of a sudden just boom, right back down to cold.
I'm done.
Well, we got a great show for you guys today, but first I want to check in with some of our listeners, specifically Brad R. over in Norfolk, Virginia. Brad says, I just want to take a moment and say how much I appreciate your show. I love how you stay grounded in Scripture while also being so relatable and down to earth. I imagine it's hard to keep a Christian talk show so funny. Thanks for everything. Looking forward to having Dr. Shah back on the show. That's true. We should say Dr. Shah is still not... shout out to Brad.
Yeah, thanks, Brad. Appreciate that.
We should say that, yes, Dr. Shah is not with us today. He is still traveling back from the UK. I thought he'd be in for the Monday show. Got a couple more spots they were going to visit, but they're coming.
Yeah,
they're coming. They're coming back. But thank you to Brad for writing in. Thank you to everyone. Hey, guess what, man? It can be hard to keep a Christian talk show on the lighter side.
It can be.
It can, because you know why? I don't know what it is about Christian media, but people who like Christian media, they want it to be primarily that. So, like, you start talking about, like, Star Wars or $1 Million Monday, any of that stuff, they're like, I thought this was a Christian show.
It is. We're just laughing.
No,
we're just having a good time.
What does this have to do with the gospel? What y'all are talking about, like Barney the dinosaur, and
Pretty sure it says in the Bible, "I become all things to all people that I might win some."
I know, but I want to listen to the gospel. I want to listen to the Gaithers.
Stay tuned, it's coming.
I want to listen to the Gaithers.
Now the Gaithers, I can't help you with. I can't help you with that.
Hey Ryan, I do have a question for you.
What is it?
I don't know if you know what day it is. I should say we just got our our sound machine back.
Sound machine.
And, my labels are not in the places they used to be, but I will ask you this. Oh, baby! It's $1 million.
Our headphone listening population is
$1 million
bleeding from the
Monday,
ear canal.
Ryan. It's Monday. That means I've got another $1 million check that I want to write to you.
I love that for me.
It's going to come at a high price. $1 million. But the next 10 funerals you attend, Elizabeth, who is your wife,
yes, she is,
has to wear her wedding dress to the funeral. The next 10 funerals, she has to wear her wedding dress.
Absolutely, yes.
What?
100%. Easy.
Really?
Easy meal. Yes.
You would show up to a funeral with Elizabeth wearing her wedding dress?
Yeah.
Why?
The $1 million part.
No, but I mean, like, isn't that mortifying to you?
Why?
Because she's dressed inappropriately for a wedding. That's saying the least. That's as polite as I can put it. Is that she's dressed inappropriately? She's dressed inappropriately for a funeral.
Okay.
That's a
People
faux
dress
pas.
inappropriately for funerals all the time.
Yeah, but you don't want to be that person. You especially don't want to be in a wedding dress.
Okay.
So you're taking it?
My condolences.
I wouldn't take it.
You wouldn't take it?
No.
You're insane.
I wouldn't take it.
You're an insane person.
Should I call your wife?
Call her up. See
I'm
what
gonna call
she
her.
says.
Okay.
I haven't given her any forewarning about this. I haven't talked to her about this in advance.
I'm gonna call her.
Call her up.
I'm gonna call her up and let's see what she says. $1 million but the next 10 funerals you got to attend. I don't think you could do it.
Easy.
All right, let's
Easy.
Hello.
Elizabeth.
Hi, honey. Welcome to the show.
Hi.
Hi.
You're on the Clearview Today show. I just got a quick question for you because I'm floored at Ryan's answer.
Give her the setup. Explain
I will.
the segment, and then
Okay,
give her the,
so
give her the
$1 Million
pitch.
Monday, right? We're asking what would you do? What would you do this crazy thing for $1 million? I asked Ryan $1 million, but for the next 10 funerals that you attend, you, Elizabeth, you have to wear your wedding dress to the funeral.
Now, I want you to think
And I
about
get $1 million.
conversations that we've had recently. We made some significant purchases and are looking at making some more purchases in the coming days.
I mean, I get it. You're in the car buying phase, you're in the house buying phase, but this is 10 funerals, Elizabeth.
the next 10 funerals, you have to wear your wedding dress. Would you do it?
I mean, do I have to know the person? Like, could I just look
No.
up some
No,
funerals?
I guess
that
you
are
could go
coming
crash a
up?
funeral. I wish you wouldn't.
I wish I wouldn't either, but for $1 million, I'm thinking.
Holy moly. This is crazy.
Hold on.
Hold on. Can I give you the other problem to my answer?
Sure. Go ahead.
Unfortunately, after 5 kids, my wedding dress no longer fits. So
You can get it tailored. You can do whatever you want.
Let's say that's part of it.
Yeah, you
The
can get it
wedding dress
tailored.
is tailored
Yeah.
to
All
fit
right,
you.
all
You just have to
then
wear
I'm
a
down.
wedding dress. How about that?
I am down. Yes.
Wow.
See?
I will-
What did I tell you?
I don't think.
What did I tell
all right,
you?
Listen,
That's
here's,
my
here's
girl.
what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna call my wife. Then I'm gonna call Dr. Shaw and Nicole because
it.
I don't think Ellie would do it. All right. Thank you, Elizabeth.
You're
All
welcome.
right.
Calling Nicole Shaw, mobile.
I was so
Hey, Nicole.
Hi, Nicole.
You're on the Clearview Today
Hi.
show.
Oh, I'm on the Clearview
Welcome
Today
to the show.
Welcome to the show, Nicole. Where are you and Dr. Shaw right now?
We're on a bus headed back from Gloucester.
Gloucester.
Um,
Okay. Is
Not
Dr. Shaw with you?
It's not Gloucester. It's what is it?
Gloucester?
I don't know, but I can tell you.
Gloucestershire.
It's but they don't call it that. They call it they don't even say the CE. There's Gloucester.
You sound sleepy,
What's that?
Nicole. What time is it?
I am. It is. Hold on a second. Let me tell you.
Is Dr. Shaw with you?
It is 10 o'clock
Wow. Is
London time.
Is Dr. Shaw with you?
He is.
Well,
He's
here, put us on
he's right
speaker
in front of me.
put us on. He's asleep.
No, he's right here. Hold on. I can't put him on speaker because we're on a bus.
Oh,
but
okay.
I can give him the phone.
Well, I want you to answer this too.
Okay.
Okay. So, from $1 million, the next 10
Okay.
funerals that you attend, would you wear your
Uh-huh.
wedding dress?
$1 million. That's $1 million, Nicole.
I would, but I'm not quite sure I'd fit into it anymore.
So-
you can get another
Yeah,
one.
so that's part of it. The deal is that the wedding dress will be tailored to fit you. But you can wear that for the next
okay.
10 funerals. Next 10 funerals you have to attend. Wedding dress
For $1 million.
each one of those gets you $1 million.
Okay, sure.
You'll do it.
'Cause that's
All right,
what-
hand the
is
phone
that-
to Dr.
is that-
Shaw. We gotta get some
telling you.
sense
Okay.
over here.
I'm telling you.
All right, hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. It's John and Ryan. They're on the Clearview Day.
Hello.
Hi,
Hey,
Dr. Shaw.
Hey,
How's
how
the
are you
UK,
guys
my
doing?
friend?
It's doing well. We're doing
that's
everything's
awesome.
going well.
We miss you
How are
here
you
on the
guys
show.
doing?
We've been holding down the fort, but we're ready to have you back.
We have been missing you. There have been texts coming in every day saying, "Hey, love you guys, but we're ready for Dr. Shaw to be back on the show."
Oh,
Well, just wanted
I
to-
miss being there too.
Absolutely. Just wanted to give you a call, see how things are going. I know it's late, but we just have some nonsense that we have to settle because
we need you to weigh in.
almost everyone has said yes to this, and I know that you'll be the voice of reason. For $1 million,
Okay.
the next 10 funerals that you attend, Nicole has to wear a wedding dress.
For how much?
For $1 million.
1 million. Oh, absolutely. She's putting it on.
I'm telling you,
Absolutely.
you are right out.
This is
Every one of
insane.
us was
Y'all
like,
think it's funny until it's actually time to put the dress on at the funeral.
No.
you know what's not funny? Is
No.
$1 million.
1 million? Yes.
Unbelievable.
Think about how much travel would be covered with that, Dr. Shaw. How many trips you could plan,
I'll-
how many places you could go and film for $1 million?
I'll put on a tuxedo for that.
There you go.
He'll be going to prom.
Give me tails and a top hat for $1 million.
Exactly.
Oh, man.
Exactly. Just for that.
Well,
Yeah,
Dr. Shaw, we miss
absolutely.
you. People, I told, not tomorrow's show, but the following show, you'll be back here in the States. We're ready for
That's
you to be
right.
back, my friend. We miss you.
Yes.
And thank you to you guys. Y'all are awesome. Thank you for all your hard work, for prayers. I can't appreciate that enough.
Amen.
Thank
Absolutely.
you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, we love you,
We
and
love you
we will
guys.
see you in a couple of days, all right?
Yes.
Yeah, love y'all too.
All right, travel
Thank
safe,
you.
my friend. Talk to you soon.
Yes, sir. Bye-bye.
I'm floored.
I told you.
I'm
$1
floored.
million. I'm amazed that you turned it down.
I'm gonna call. So my wife is actually getting her hair blow dried. Blow drone. I don't know how you say that. She can't talk right now.
I don't know what it is, but it's not
I might get her.
blow-drying.
I might get her to call us at the end. I might try to call her at the end of the show. But we got to take a commercial
I
break.
think she would take it. Write in and let us know if you would take that deal. 252-582-5028. Check in with us. Thanks, Brad, for checking in with us today. And we love hearing from you guys. We're going to take a quick break and be right back with more Clearview Today.
Hi, I'm Dr. Abidhan Shah, lead pastor at Clearview Church and host of the Clearview Today show. Every day we bring you bold, biblical truth to help you navigate life with clarity and confidence. We tackle the tough questions, dive deep into God's Word, and bring a fresh perspective on faith, culture, and the world around us. But none of this would be possible without the faithful support of listeners like you. When you give to Clearview Today, you're not just supporting a radio show, you're investing in a gospel-driven mission to share the truth of Jesus Christ without compromise. Your financial partnership helps us stay on the air, expand our reach, and continue creating content that encourages, equips, and transforms lives. Would you prayerfully consider supporting Clearview Today? No gift is too small, and every dollar goes directly towards furthering the message of hope and truth in Christ. To give, just follow the link in the description below and click the Give button. You can make a one-time donation or become a monthly partner. Whatever God lays on your heart, thank you for standing with us in this ministry. Together, we can make Christ visible.
Welcome back to Clearview Today with Dr. Abidhan Shah, the daily show that engages mind and heart for the gospel of Jesus Christ.
That's right. We got to read the verse of the day here in a second, but I thought we should share something because during the break, I heard something that floored me to my core, and I just want to give you a chance to hopefully repent, David. Hopefully do the right thing, but if you feel like you need to set the record
Double
straight,
down.
yeah, if you want to double down.
Check. Okay, so what I said is for that $1 million, I would take it.
You're not married.
No, I would put on the dress.
Oh, you would wear the
I
dress.
would wear the
You
wedding
wear
dress.
the dress.
Yes. I would go to David's Bridal and get a white wedding dress, the flowiest one.
Funny that you would go to David's bridal.
You own the place.
Yeah.
The weddings are. The funerals are here,
No,
bud.
I'm just going to.
You're gonna crash funerals.
I'm gonna call up Mr. White and be like, "Sir, give me your top 10 funerals," and I'm going.
Give me your list. Give me
Mr. White, like
list of
Walter
your
White.
next 10.
No, from
Oh,
the
from
funeral
down the
home.
street. Okay.
Give me
Sorry.
your next 10.
Give you your next 10. So you're not even going out of town. You'll crash funerals in
Yeah.
your-
That is
Yeah, I don't know.
where people
hilarious.
recognize you.
100%.
Okay, that's.
I mean, if it makes you feel better, sure, I'll go to like the Tennessee or something.
we 100% have got to move on. The episode's like halfway over.
Well,
The verse of the day. Okay, so that's disturbing. Thank you for sharing that with me. The verse of the day is coming to us from John chapter 4 and verse 14. But whoever drinks of the water that I shall give him will never thirst. But the water that I shall give him will become in him a fountain of water springing up into everlasting life.
Jesus is he's the thirst quencher.
Yes.
And not just temporary thirst. I mean, we all have a thirst for things that are eternal.
Yeah.
We all have a desire for things to satisfy us. And the problem is we try to quench that thirst with things that aren't eternal.
So I have little kids, and I mean you've got kids too. But
What?
yeah, I've got little kids. I got 2 of them. I got
knew
another
that.
one on the way. But I didn't take into account they are thirsty all the time.
Yes.
They constantly want something to drink.
Yes.
And I remember as a kid like wanting everything but water. You know what I mean? And that's the exact same with my kids. They would rather be thirsty than drink water. They want juice. And then when I was a teenager, I remember I drank soda a ton. And then when I got into college, I started just really getting into coffee. But it's crazy. The older I've gotten, the more that I've learned that there's just no substitute for a nice cold glass of water.
Yeah.
Nothing ever satisfies me like water does. But even with that, I will always get thirsty again. You know what I'm saying? No matter how thirsty I am and no matter how much that water satisfies me, it's going to always, always, always make me thirsty again.
That's right.
And I think about this encounter that Jesus had with this Samaritan woman in John chapter 4. And I think it's really easy to miss that deeper story because we always just say like, oh, you know, the Jewish people didn't like Samaritans and Jesus spoke to her and she was a woman. So, I mean, that really showed. But, man, there's such a deeper story in that living water that makes you never thirst again.
Yeah, it's a beautiful picture of how Jesus has come to satisfy.
Right.
You know, it points to that desire that we all have within us to be filled with something eternal. I mean, the song goes, "There's a God-shaped hole in all of us."
Yes, true.
But God has written eternity on our hearts, and we are always seeking for that satisfaction, seeking for something to quench that thirst. But we rarely turn to the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
We will try to fill it with status. We'll try to fill it with family. We'll try to fill it with money. We'll try to fill it with success or popularity or the latest gadgets. And those things aren't inherently bad. They're not, evil or wicked in and of themselves. But when we start to look to them for our satisfaction instead of God, we're left disappointed.
That's right.
We're left disillusioned. We're left always wanting more. And the reason is because you're not satisfying yourself with the right thing. Think about if you've ever been somewhere where maybe you're outside, you're working and you're hot and thirsty, and or maybe it's been a while since you've had something to drink and you're like, oh man, a nice cold soda.
Oh, man.
Nice cold soda. And it might taste so good on a hot summer's day, a cold glass of Coke or a cold root beer.
5 years ago, I might would have been with you, but now I
Pouring
can't
it like
imagine
sizzling
that.
over the ice. Wow, that might be so good. Or you're like, man, a nice iced coffee. Oh man, on a hot day, a nice iced coffee, that iced caramel macchiato. Oh, that might be so good. You're gonna be thirsty after you drink those things.
I know the point you're trying to make, but that's like turning my stomach right now. but I'm with you. I'm with you.
You're gonna be thirsty after those things.
Yes.
You can drink it, and it might temporarily satisfy you, but in a minute, 2 minutes,
It's gonna
5
dry you
minutes,
out, man.
you're gonna be thirsty because those things dry you out. They don't quench your thirst like water will. Same is true with Jesus.
And I think you made a great point with the whole we have a void inside us that we're trying to fill. This, the Samaritan people had that. If you ask the Samaritan, there's not many Samaritan people left. I think like last time Dr. Shaw mentioned it on the show, there was like 1,000 left in modern day Israel. But they have this void in them because they believe that they're the true descendants of ancient Israel. They claim that when things went wrong was when Eli, if you remember in the book of Samuel, Eli he moved the center of worship to Shiloh. And so they said that was sort of the beginning of the end, but that they are true ethnic Israel. And we know that, in 2 Kings, the Assyrians came and they took the northern tribes and they resettled them. And so even by the time of Jesus' time, it wasn't really any question about it. It was just kind of understood that Samaritans were not ethnically or even theologically Israel. And so they had this hole in them. They had this void, and it was this sense of identity, religious identity.
Yeah.
Same also with this woman. This woman who comes to the well, we said, well, she had a void inside her that she was trying to fill with men. And yes, that's true. But she also engaged Jesus on styles of worship. She was not ignorant to what the Samaritans and the Jewish people believed.
Yeah.
It wasn't like she was just like, oh, you're living with 5 men and that's bad. It's like, yes, that's true. But she was very educated on, you Jews say that we're supposed to worship in the temple, but we've always worshiped on the mount. Like she's engaging this guy in discourse. I think what happens, and maybe you can kind of speak to this because I know you've got more of a degree in counseling and you kind of talk to people more often than I do, is that people will try to engage with theology to try to mask this hurt. You know what I'm saying? Or this void. Like they'll want to get into arguments and have discourse and rhetoric. I'm so sorry I hit the eat button.
I was trying to figure out where that came from.
I hit the yeet button with
That
my elbow.
scared me.
Should we keep it in?
Power
Leave it
through.
in?
Keep going.
Okay, so people will try to engage in discourse and rhetoric to try to prove their intellectual superiority so that they can mask, hey, I'm empty inside.
Yeah,
I'm
100%.
hurting.
That's an old technique. It's deflection. It's an old technique. When you're uncomfortable talking about yourself, you're going to deflect to something that you feel like you can attack or you can gain ground on or speak authoritatively on. This woman shifts the discourse to conversations about theology, the
Yes.
theology of worship, how the Jews are worshiping wrongly, and they say the Samaritans are working wrongly. But look at when she approached the well. She didn't walk out with the other women and engage Jesus. She
Right.
came at noon.
At noontime,
when
yes.
it was hot, when there was no one else around, because she knew she didn't want to encounter anyone else.
Yeah.
So now that she's kind of put on the spot. She's backpedaling a little bit, so she defaults to an argument.
Yeah.
But she's hurting.
Oh, yeah.
And you can tell in her posture and when she approaches the well, she came there with a sense of shame, not
Yes.
wanting to be seen, but Jesus sees her.
100%. Jesus sees her, and he sees us in our shame.
Yeah.
There's a lot of times where we will approach the throne of grace in a sense of shame.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think it's inappropriate to do so. And maybe it is, but I guess what I'm saying is there's a brokenness that we bring, but this woman was lost in her brokenness.
Yeah.
And so she's constantly coming back to this well because, yes, of course she's going to get thirsty for physical water, but she's also thirsty for what Jesus has.
Right.
She is longing for spiritual fulfillment. She is longing for spiritual truth. And maybe that's her on behalf of her people, or maybe that's just her as an individual. But I think it's relevant because she is bringing this longing to Jesus. And she is sort of unlike a lot of the other people who approach Jesus. I think last week we talked about that the nobleman who approached Jesus out of crisis, but he's not approaching like, I want to know you, I want to have a relationship with you, I want this spiritual fulfillment. He's just like, hey, my son is sick, please.
Yeah.
You know, she's coming with a different demeanor, and I think that's the demeanor that Jesus recognized in her.
Well, it points to the difference between men and women too, because
Yeah.
the man is like, "Here's a problem, fix this problem,"
Right.
and the woman is like, "Here's a spiritual issue. I'm wrestling, I'm contemplating, I'm grappling with this." And women by nature are often not true in every circumstance, but most often women are more spiritually minded than men.
And I think women are also more willing or more likely to mask their spiritual thirst with relationships and with the distractions. You know what I mean? Like the fact that she had gone through 5 husbands and now was like living with a man that wasn't her husband. It's not like, oh, this woman's promiscuous. Oh, this woman's easy. Really, I think it's like this woman was longing for something that the world wasn't satisfying.
Yeah.
It's really like a clue. You know what I mean? It's not like just a detail of who she is. I think it's a clue to what's happening inside. She's searching for somebody that's going to fill this void in her. And, you know, a lot of times, even today, people bounce from relationship to job or to hobby or to experience or to project because we're hoping that next thing is going to satisfy. I'm like that. I'm a lot like that. I'll throw myself into an album, or I'll throw myself into this radio show, or I'll throw myself into like the writing projects with pray.com. All these things I'm hoping that's going to satisfy this creative itch that I have. And I'm saved. You know what I'm talking about? So like imagine how people who aren't saved, the frustration that they feel never getting that satisfaction.
Yeah.
But I'm saying like we all have that. We all have that within us.
Absolutely. I mean, you know, you talk to people for 5 minutes and you find out what they truly value,
Yeah.
what they desire.
Yeah.
It's going to come through in how they live their life. It's going to come through in the relationships that they build, the relationships that they accumulate, and you know the things that they build up and tear down in their lives. This woman she'd gone through 5 husbands, and the man she was living with wasn't her husband. She's clearly trying to fill some void.
Yep.
She's this need for connection, this need for belonging. As a Samaritan, that probably was a significant struggle for her because
sure,
if you're looking at the Jewish people and they have this vibrant community, you are viewed as on the outside of that.
And keep in mind, Jesus didn't go through Samaria on accident. You know what I mean? Like he was trying to get to Judea. He had to go through Samaria, but it wasn't like, oh, well, I have no choice. Like Jesus knew exactly what he was doing. He knew this encounter was coming.
Yeah.
So also with you, if you've come to a point where you have accepted Jesus, Jesus knew that day was coming, and he directed your path. He put you in that place. I mean, I truly believe, I mean, not even I truly believe, it's just biblical that Jesus put her in that place.
Yeah.
He's the author of creation, right? But Jesus orchestrated that event, and every event that happens in our lives, Jesus is orchestrating. And maybe another word of warning too, this void that we have within us. If you're not saved, just understand the world is constantly going to offer you things to quench that thirst. The world knows, this is not a Christian secret. The world knows that every single person has a void inside them that we're trying to fill with stuff.
Oh yeah.
And they are more than happy.
That's the entire advertising industry.
Yes.
That's why marketing works, is because we have a void that we want to fill,
And
whether
so-
it's food or music
Yes.
or relationships.
And I'll be happy to sell you things for your hard-earned money that I know won't fill that void, but I'll tell you it will. Because at the end of the day, once I got the money, I really don't care anything about
Right.
you.
I don't care if you're satisfied. I don't care if your needs are met. I have my paycheck, and that's all that matters.
Right.
Because my void has been temporarily filled.
Of course, because I got your money.
Right.
But the fact is, no matter how much you buy, no matter how much you drink, no matter how much you consume, things are going to keep the thirst is going to keep coming back. Things will never satisfy that void. Only Jesus can do it. And the reason is because your soul is not designed to be filled by those things.
Right.
Your soul is not designed to be filled by the temporary. It's designed for eternity. And there's only one who is actually eternal, and that's Jesus Christ.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful reminder. I mean, stop looking to things that are temporary to satisfy an eternal hunger.
There's a great. I know I've recommended this song on the show many times before, but there's a great song by the Worship Initiative. It's Psalm 90. It's literally just Psalm 90, and the chorus is "Satisfy us, just satisfy us with your love." And it's not satisfy us with money, satisfy me with blessings, open up doors of opportunity. Let your love be the only thing that satisfies me in this world. And for as simple as that song is, even years later, we have not let that song go because it keeps ringing true for us.
Yeah.
I would really recommend, maybe I'll put a link in the description, but I would recommend just YouTube that song. Make that song part of your worship. If it's just in the car or if it's at your church, if you've got any sort of sway or pull over your worship leader, if you're a worship leader, that is a song, I promise you, that song will stick around for years to come because it's something that every single person in your congregation is going to identify with.
That's right.
Great song.
This whole being filled with something eternal, that's a practiced posture of the heart too.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not something that just comes naturally to us. We are usually on the lookout for a quick fix. Like the thing that pops up the earliest, that's what we want to
Boy,
satisfy.
you are describing
That's
me.
what we want to satisfy.
That's me, brother.
That's all of us. We all struggle with that. I mean, the grass is always greener where we look. I mean, to satisfy us.
All right.
But we need to be looking to God, and it's a practice. So if you're struggling with that, if you're dealing with that, train your heart. Train your mind to look for God. Train your mind to seek after God and seek after those eternal things, and that's where you'll start to find true satisfaction. Guys, make sure you join us tomorrow, same time, same station. We're going to be diving into another great topic here on the Clearview Today Show. Thanks again to our sponsors for making today's episode possible. And don't forget that you can support us by subscribing to the show on iTunes. If you want to re-listen, and you can always support us financially at clearviewtodayshow.com. John, what do you want to leave our listeners with today?
Yes, we got about 90 seconds left in the episode. I'm going to give my wife a call and just make sure that I'm not completely crazy. Just gonna
Hello?
make sure. Hey.
Hi, Ellie.
Hey,
You're on the Clearview
Hi,
Today Show.
Clearview Today Show.
thanks.
Hey, look, we got like 60 seconds left on the clock, but I just got to ask you, for $1 million, the next 10 funerals that we attend, will you wear your wedding dress?
Wear my wedding dress to the
To the
next
funeral.
10 funerals.
To the next 10 funerals, yeah.
For how much? $1 million?
$1 million.
I might have to break out the wedding dress.
I give up.
What?
I give up. I give
John
up.
was so convinced that nobody was going to take it, and
Everybody-
literally every person has said,
Every
"Yep."
single person has said yes. Do y'all people have no shame at all? No.
Not with $1 million. I can
All right.
afford not to.
Look, I'll take it and I'll bless their family.
There you go.
Whoever
Bless their
passed, I'll
family?
bless
There
the
you go.
family.
Send him a little piece of money. Send him a
little
piece
piece
of
of
money.
money.
I see. Okay. All right. Love you, Ellie.
Love you.
Bye, Ellie. Thanks.
Okay. Well, next time on Clearview Today, I guess I eat the humble pie.
Yeah, get that checkbook out. Start writing checks.
I'm financially ruined.
We love you guys. We'll see you tomorrow on Clearview Today.
Hi, I'm Dr. Abhidan Shah, lead pastor at Clearview Church and host of the Clearview Today Show. Every day, we bring you biblical truth, real conversations, and a fresh perspective on faith and culture. Our goal is simple: to help you grow in your walk with Christ and make sense of the world through the lens of God's Word. But we can't do it alone. Clearview Today is listener supported, which means we rely on generous friends like you to keep this ministry going. Your financial support helps us stay on the air, reach more people, and continue creating content that encourages and equips believers just like you. Would you consider partnering with us? Whether it's a one-time gift or a monthly donation, every dollar makes a difference in sharing the truth of the gospel. Visit the link in the description below and click Give to join us in this mission. Together, we can impact lives for eternity. Thank you for your support and for being part of the Clearview Today family.